industries we need to invest in, what infrastructure that we need to put in place. And also there is a great kind of renaissance that's happening in the technology field where you have the AI taking over lots of things. So where are we on that? And sometimes also we see that a lot of digitizations that are taking place across the Cox Strait in the southern Indian region. Can we connect to those to see how we can joint venture some of those things and then take it forward? But also we need to think that these AI generated things will need quite a lot of data warehousing and cloud that would have to be supported, which needs a lot of energy, which needs a lot of investments. People don't see it as that because the back end is something that probably we need to actually purchase from an international cloud provider who are running data warehouses elsewhere. So it's something that we need to take into account. But even then, also you have to see, when you talk about sustainability, whether these data warehouses are sustainably driven, because data warehouses need a lot of power and energy, which have to be produced from a point of view of green power. And do we have the potential to do that? And is that the best use that we can put the power generation that we have in the country? Is another thought process that we need to do. So thinking of development and sustainability in a holistic manner needs a much more deeper thought through process than just looking at individual small investments that probably might not change the needle, but probably will be giving a little bit of color to what we are looking for. And I also would like to challenge the financiers, like the banking community in this region, because there was a lot mentioned about the deposit mobilization capacity, and somebody asked the question how many loans are going in and what you really do in terms of asset quality and all of that. It's true that asset quality in the region is so high, but also the banks don't lend in this region. Most of the money, the mobilized capital, goes to other regions in the country. That's the fact of the matter, because if you look at the loan to deposit ratio of the banks, most banks are in the 20-30%. That means whatever the deposit that you collect, only 20% is employed as loans in this region, whereas everything else moves to other regions. So, which is a universal issue that the region has. So it's important, equity is important for sure, but also financing through banks are also important to run the businesses. Like an SME will not have an investor coming in to invest in, or the SME would not want a capital that someone is going to share your business with. So you need to have that banking system operating. So it's good to relook at the banking sector from a financing point of view to understand why they don't finance SMEs and businesses in these regions. It's not a very difficult question to answer. They are risk averse. You can't say risk averse also to an extent that the asset quality being so good, much better than the market itself. So it's very probably nuanced as well. Sometimes it'll be cultural, nobody wants to borrow, but it's the conundrum that probably we need to resolve. We need to understand and then do it, because financing is absolutely a must, which we understand from the fisheries, the agriculture sector, that bank financing is very few that happens in these regions. So that's another question that I would like to kind of leave you with. I've been given 10 minutes, I think I've taken 7 minutes. Probably I will stop and open for any questions that you may have. Maybe a little bit of an introduction in 30 seconds about the World Bank Group. We have a World Bank Group arm that works with the government, which is called the IBRD and IDA, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, and the International Development Association. And then we have the International Finance Corporation, which invests in private sector. So we invested from COVID through the crisis to now close to about $1.6 billion in Sri Lanka, which doesn't get computed as FDI, but it is FDI, it just comes in. That is a technical matter, but this we have done during the crisis as well. So we mean business, we walk the talk, and we have done that. So we would love to do that in the north and east as well. So that is our duty and the role, and I would now open the floor for any questions that you may want.